Hello students, good morning and welcome back to the online class. So in the previous class we solved one problem and if not you take down the problem. I just give 2 minutes just to copy down the problem. So those who completed the problem don't go for the solution part. Okay. So here we have to first calculate the commission that is payable to the consignee. So don't go for the solution part. If you have not completed, you just complete. If you have completed, just wait 2 minutes to others to complete the problem, others to copy down the question. Okay, so on 1st April 2020, Deepak consigned to Ratan 100 tables costing 250 each at a pro forma invoice which is 20% above the cost. Now Deepak is the consignor and Ratan is the consignee. So he consigned goods to Ratan, right? So the Deepak is the consignor, Ratan is the consignee. The cost is 250. The cost is 250. But it was pro forma invoice, means it was invoiced 20% above the cost. Now what is invoice price? What is invoice price? 20% above means 250 is the cost plus 20%. Okay, plus 20%, it comes to 300. So if you want, you just take down this, it comes to 300. Therefore load price is equals to invoice price minus cost price. So here invoice price is 300 and my cost price is 250. So my load price is 50. if you want to take down this cost 250, invoice price 250 plus 20%, it is above cost, and here they have given the cost price, not the invoice price. This 250 is the cost price, so we add directly 20%. If this 250 is an invoice price, then you have to follow the earlier method which we applied to calculate the cost price. Sales, cost, load. You have to do the cross multiplication. So I think 2 or 3 problems is solved regarding that type of that, right? So if the invoice price is given, then the percentage is given, then you have to calculate the cost price by using cross multiplication. If the cost is given, then the load price is given. Then if you add that load percentage to the cost price, then you will get invoice price. It is 20%, not 20, just 20. You have to write 20%. Or you can calculate this load price in another way. 250 into 20%, you will get 50. So 20% on cost, right? So 250 into 20%, you will get 50 rupees. In that way also you can calculate the load price. Okay. So if you're done, we'll proceed. Okay. What next? They paid 22,000 for packing and insurance. Who is they? Here they means Deepak paid. Okay, he has consigned the goods for rupees 250 at an invoice price about 20%, and 2,000 was paid. Okay, Ratan received the table and paid cartage 1,000. What is cartage? Cartage means the money paid. The money paid to bring the goods. It is nothing but it is a transportation cost. Means you are paying the money for any cart or the vehicle to bring that goods. Okay, that is cartage. So this is non-recurring. This is non-recurring. And he sold 70 tables. Out of 100, he sold 70 tables at an average price of 500 per table, and their selling expense being 800. So Ratan incurred two expenses. One is cartage 1000 and the selling expense 800. Now 1000 cartage is a non-recurring, and the selling expense is done after you receive the goods, so it is recurring. On 30th September 2020, they remitted the balance by bank draft after deducting their expenses, commission on sales. Okay, after deducting the expenses as well as the commission, the what balance is left, it was remitted to consignor. That's all. And which was fixed at the commission on sales. This is very important one, that is you have to calculate commission on sale. It is always calculated on sale, and it is fixed at, there are 2%. Okay, 2%. The first one, that is 10% on the invoice price. Now invoice price is nothing but you already calculated, that is 300, right? Invoice price, and it is committed on sales, right? So this is on invoice price. So 10% on invoice price means number of units sold, that is 70. Number of units sold, that is 70. 70 into 300, what you get, what figure you get on that 10%, that is a commission. That is the first. Till invoice price you will get 10%, plus not only 10% on invoice price, plus 20% on the amount realized in excess of invoice price. See, my invoice price is 300. I sold it for 300. What is the extra amount you get? Amount realized in excess. Jasti. Invoice price ಗಿಂತ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನೀವು incur ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ, ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ, ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ 20%. Okay. Now it is on 200. 200, how you got 200? 500 is the selling price, 300 is the invoice price. So 200, that is excess of invoice price. Again you have to multiply by 70, because why 70? Commission is calculated on sales. So 70 units were sold. So on this 20%, on this 10%, and on this 20%, how you got 300? It is 10% of the invoice price. My invoice price is 300. 70 units were sold. So you will get 21,000 on that 10%. Next point states that 20% on the amount realized in excess. Amount realized means that is sale value, 500. 500 is the sale value. Amount in excess means more than invoice price. So how much it is more than invoice price? That is 200. So 70 into 200 on that 20%. Okay. So first you have to do this calculation. Then you go for the consignment stock valuation. Then the ledger accounts. Okay. So they have asked you to prepare the consignment account in the books of consigner and consigner's account in the books of consignee. See, when they clearly states that which account you have to prepare, then you just prepare what they mentioned. Okay, they asked you to prepare just to the two ledger accounts, one that is consignment in the books of consigner. You prepare consignment account in the books of consigner, right? So you have to prepare consignment account, and the next one they asked you to prepare just consigner, only two ledger accounts. When they clearly give the instruction regarding which ledger accounts you have to prepare, you have to prepare only that ledger accounts. If they give prepare all the necessary ledger accounts or prepare the necessary ledger accounts in the in concerned party like concern or a concern, in that case you have to prepare everything. Everything means in the books of consigner means the four ledger accounts. If they ask in the books of consignee also, then you have to prepare other two ledger accounts. Okay, so here you have to prepare only two ledger accounts. So first we will move on to the working note. The first thing you already I think uh, you already written, that is invoice price, the load price and the cost price, right? So next you write calculation of commission payable to consignee. Calculation of commission payable to consignee. Okay, so what is the first point? 10% on the invoice price. So write 10% on the invoice price. If you have taken, if you have written this in the first itself, that is the invoice price is equals to 300, then you don't write this. Okay, you directly write 300 into 70, 21,000 on that 20%. If that information you have not taken in the beginning, then you have to write everything, that is invoice price. How you get invoice price? Cost plus load price. So 250 plus 20%, it comes to 300. On that into 70, that is units sold, the total sale, that is 21,000. So total sale for commission purpose, okay, for computation of commission purpose, 21,000 on that 10% means 10% on the invoice price, that is 21,000, sorry 2100, 2100. Okay, next 20% on the amount realized in excess of invoice price. So in excess of invoice price you realized 200, right? Invoice price is 300, you sold it for 500, means extra amount you gained, that is 200 into 70 means on 70 units the profit you got, you earned is 14,000 on that 20%, on that 20%. So if you're done, then you go for the next working note. So which is the next working note? The next one, that is value of consignment stock. Okay, you have to do it. Just 3 minutes. Do it fast. your answer. First you have to write invoice price of goods unsold, that is 100 minus 70. 100 units that was consigned, 70 were sold. There is no abnormal loss, there is no normal loss. So the remaining 30 is the unsold units. On that you have to 30 units you have to multiply by invoice price. So invoice price is 300. Then add proportionate non-recurring expense of consignor. So proportionate in the sense 2000 into 30 divided by 100. So 2000 it is expenses incurred by the consignor for packing and insurance. That is for 100 units, but you have to calculate for 30 units. Okay. Then you have to add proportionate non-recurring expense of consignee. So 100,000, that is the only the cartage. Cartage is the only one non-recurring expense incurred by consignee. The selling expenses are recurring in nature. So 1000 is incurred for 100 units. So you ought it for 30. So if you cross multiply, you will get 300. So the total, that is 9900, and the units total you write 30. Units 30 and the amount column 9900. So if you're done, then we'll move to the ledger accounts, that is consignment account in the books of consignor and the consignor's account in the books of consignee. So in the books of Deepak is the consignor, you have to prepare consignment account. So first one, that is Deepak consigned to Ratan 100 tables goods costing 250 at an invoice price 20% above. So it is two goods sent on consignment account. 100 is the units that is consigned. 300 is the invoice price. 300 is the invoice price. Okay, what next? Next, the expenses, that is 2000 paid by Deepak. So it is to bank. Packing and insurance expense 2000 to bank. Next one. Ratan received the tables and paid 1000 for cartage, and he paid 800 as a selling expenses. So you have to write to Ratan's account in that cartage and selling both expenses you have to write 1000 and 800, that comes to 1800. Next, so he sold 70 tables at an average price of 500 per table. So my sale is 70 into 500. 70 tables were sold at 500 per table. So by Ratan's account, that is sales 70 into 500. Okay, next, that is commission. The last one, that is commission. So we already calculated the commission, that is 2 Ratan's account commission working note number 1. We already calculated, so directly write the figure 4,900. Now, before writing the closing stock, that is consignment stock, so whenever there is an invoice price, whenever there is a load, then you have to adjust that load. So here it is consigned at 300, the actual cost is 250. So the 50 is the load price. So first you have to adjust the load from the goods consigned. So credit side, buy goods sent on consignment account, that is load 50 into 100. 50 into 100, that comes to 5,000. So after that, the closing stock, that is buy consignment stock account working note number 2. So now again, this consignment stock includes load price because you took invoice price as a base, so to adjust that load price, right? So you have to write to stock reserve account, that is load. You can write load on closing stock. Okay, you can write load on closing stock. Here you can write load on goods consigned. So the closing stock is 30 units, that is 30 tables. The load price is 50, so 30 into 50. So difference, that is transferred to P&L account. So now calculate the total. Now do the total of the consignment account and find the P&L balance. That is the balancing figure. So the total is 49,900 and the balancing figure 9,700. So next, in the books of Ratan, that is consignee, you have to prepare consignor's account. So consignor Deepak, Deepak's account. Okay, so what is the first thing? So consignor has to pay the money to the Deepak. So it is by bank. By bank. So Deepak going to receive the money from the consignee. So it is 35,000. But entire 35,000 is not going to receive, right? So to sell that, sell the 70 units, Ratan has incurred some expenses. To sell, you have to pay some commission. So you have to adjust that also. So first one, that is to bank, that is expenses. The expenses incurred by consignee. So Deepak has to pay the money to the consignee. Same way, the Deepak has to give some commission, right? So the total commission is 4,900. You have to adjust that from the sale value. So there is no advance payment made by consignee to the consignor, as well as there is no, the bill has not drawn on the total consignment. So the difference is transferred to bank account. Okay. So transferred means that much of an amount is pending to pay. So do the total and find the difference. So the total is 35,000 and the difference is 28,300. Total 35,000 and the difference 28,300. So I end today's class till here. The remaining problem we'll see in the next class. So please go through this problem once again, the calculation of commission. Okay, thank you.